See, the chat button's working, but it's not working from my phone. I was trying to test it. That's weird. There we go. Okay. How's everybody been? Hey, what's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy? There we go. We have 16 people and 7 likes. Well, that's pretty good. I just came in for a little while, see how everybody's doing. Uh, hey, Abel, how you doing, buddy? Trying to get everything set up here. Let me see something. Okay, I was testing something in case I need it. Okay, Willie, what's up, buddy? How you doing? We got 21 in here, and there's Paul. 21. We only got 10 likes, folks. Hit some more likes so we can kick the algorithm up. Oh, Wahi, I don't see him unless I missed it. No, I don't think I did. Pete Weber. I remember that name. I can't think why, to tell you the truth. I can't remember, Dylan. Oh, nice. Plasma table. Oh, yeah. I'll bet that's nice. Yeah, thumbs up, please. Hi, Alita. How you doing, honey? We got 17 likes and 26 people in here. And Ben Slades in here. 68 Ball Hog on notification for his chat. Came inside to take a break. Awesome. Thank you. Itty bitty ladybug. How you doing, dear? Yes, I agree, Paul. And I appreciate all their service. I do. I'm surprised everybody's not having a picnic today. Can't get my browser right for some reason. Hey, Rick. I'm actually looking. I hope I didn't miss anybody. The chat box jumped real quick. Let me go back. Oh, I missed Otto. And then Russ and Abel and Glenn. Willie. I'm just scanning down real quick. But Glenn. I'm no good at singing, Russ, but I'll say hi to Mommy Gloria. I hope you're doing well. Except for tomorrow, marinating. Oh, yeah. Good. I'm actually making meatloaf tomorrow. It was a request from Heather. I don't know where that came from, but found a wasp nest in my entry of my house. Ugh. Yeah, that's not fun to eat. There was a big nest outside of my house. I think it was last summer or the summer before. They went under my awning and made one. And hey, Darren, how you doing, buddy? And I ended up using a garden hose to knock it down. That was entertaining. Not seen one of the die cast, but yeah, Paul, when you that was a pretty cool die cast, in all honesty. And when I seen it, it drove me nuts. Our Walmart's been low on inventory for some reason, and when I went there, I thought of you right away because I seen it. I'm out of sync barbecue ribs last weekend. Whoops, wait, I gotta scroll back up here. There we go. Barbecues last weekend, spaghetti and meatballs today. I like Italian food. I'm gonna do a meatloaf tomorrow. I don't know. Heather just requested it. She likes the meatloaf I make. So, and miss you all. Been crazy busy at the shop. Blah blah blah. Is here too. Says hi. I'm Slay. Hey Dino, how you doing, buddy? I hope all is well. And we have Brian. Got my t-shirt in the mail today, ready for the August picnic. Sounds good, Brian. Thank you for the support. I'm excited for you to come over. I really am. And thank you for the donation, Russ and Dino. Thank you both for the donations. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing them come up right now on the chat thing. Thank you for the donations. I really appreciate that. Let's celebrate their third super on a live stream. I don't know what that means. I didn't type that, but thank you so much. The donations do help. They really do, in all honesty. And Misty made it in. S'mores were good, but wanted to get live. I haven't had s'mores in a long time. Wow. Chinese food. I like General Tso's. Is that Chinese? I don't know. It's Asian. Number one. This ain't Hockey Gang. You turned the wrong station, buddy. Has any kit car company or anyone ever sold an entirely fiberglass body? I don't know much about kit cars. I always wanted one of them. It's almost a kit you do yourself with the 40 Ford front end. I know, but that my brain's not working good today. The slanted back end. It's a lot of reconfiguring. In all honesty, let me do something a minute. I was wondering why I looked funny, more funny than normal. I have a. Let me see if this does anything. Woo, that was too much. Wait. And is that a little better? It's one of them ring lights. Sorry, I just realized I look white. Maybe turn it down a little more. Trying to look. I don't know. I forgot I didn't have the light on for the camera, but it got really bright all of a sudden. I always wanted to do a kit car, to be honest with you. WD-40 and a Bic lighter are excellent at loss enough to remove torches, KVs, but may not be good on your house. Well, yeah. I do stupid stuff, so I better not try that. I always have a bad outcome. Where are the cookies? Miss Haven, you remember that? Must have been almost a year now. Yeah, it's been around, number one. She won't be here tonight. There's some stuff going on here. They sell fiberglass bug bodies or drag cars. Pete, Peak, and Jamie's to wear all fiberglass bodies. I always wanted a kit car. I thought they were really cool, depending on the one. I got burned out with seeing the Bradley GTs over and over. There's nothing wrong with them, but that was a big thing when I was young. People did a lot of the 40 Ford front end, and I know that's not a kit car, but they were pretty cool. Supposed to make us all cookies. She ain't made cookies in a long time, Russ. It's, well, the holidays she does, in all honesty. Now she's on garden mode, outside. She was out there all day today. That's why she won't be here tonight. I thought she would, but she got really busy in the garden outside working. I just want a bug that won't rust out again. Ben, that would be great, huh? And it's funny you brought that up. I got to catch up on the chat, but I've used rust bullet and everything on the one I'm currently doing, and I should have used it on the Super Beetle that Dave now has. I just got to see Gracie, the Super Beetle. I did at a car show the other day, and I met Dave, the new owner. Him and his wife were so sweet. I didn't think to do a quick short walk around video, and I don't know, my brain wasn't there, and I wanted to get a picture with him, but he'll be over soon to visit, I hope. But the rust is just horrible, and that's why we can't drive him in the winter, Jeremy here, I hope everyone's. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, buddy? I recognize the good human be happy, I think from TikTok, maybe. I can't remember now. Thought about building the Lotus 7 a few years ago, decided to put resources into the Beetles. Yeah, Otto, I mean, there's a lot of cool. I don't think anybody's making them now, though, right, Otto? Or am I wrong with the kit cars? I'm not sure. Are you putting engine and automatic in the Beehaven Baja? You know what? I've never even messed with the Type 4 motor. I have not had to, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It seems, man, when they're stock, they run so nice. And I know that's horrible to say, but everybody likes the stroker motors. That's what's going in chaos, I remember MG fiberglass bug bodies. Yeah, I do kind of remember them. Yeah. And then they had the fake Lamborghini one or whatever call it, but they I guess they quit making all them now, as far as I know. Bob Cook still owns one of the peak performance bugs. I don't know what you meant, Dina, where you were going with that. I might not be catching on. Don't use carb cleaner on the wasp. Those suckers seem like they fly faster. I found you so one of these few weeks ago. I want to do a grease lightning replica. Now that would be cool. That would be cool. There's no doubt about that. And a laser 917 all fiberglass. Wow, that's cool, Glenn. That is awesome. And it honestly is. There's a company in Washington that makes a full body kit called the Humbug. It looks like a Hummer. I didn't know that, Russ. I didn't think anybody was making them anymore, to be honest with you. I look up fiberglass stuff a lot, but I've not seen the bodies coming up. Has anyone ever a cup of coffee from the fabled VW coffee maker? I've never even seen one in real life, Jeremy. Good human, be happy. So I'm talking to. I've never seen one in real life. One of those. I saw that we lost our engine on our 60, so driving to the state fair, we lost oil pressure, slowed down, and it went bad. And rainwater got into the engine through a temporary gas tank. Oh, Abel, I'm sorry to hear that. In all honesty, that's sad. Bug that won't rust, wrong car. Heather, okay. Yeah, she just won't be with us tonight. She family stopped and stuff like that. So, which is very important. But I didn't want to cancel because I had told everybody for a couple days. Porsche 356 kit. That's where they'll sell kits in the UK for like $8,000. Oh, I'd love to have a 356 kit. I don't know if y'all ever seen King of the Mountain. Dennis Hopper was in it, and Mark Hamlin. Look it up on YouTube. It's free. King of the Mountain, there was a Porsche 356, and when I read an article on it, a long story short, that was a VW with a stroker motor kit car. And I love that movie. After I found that out, I really liked it. It was about racing on Mulholland Drive. But King of the Mountain, punch that in YouTube. You can watch it for free. It's an 80s film, so the clarity's not what we're used to now. Let me see. Or we overfilled the oil and it didn't like it. Oh yeah, you can't overfill. I've done that in the past when I was young, and bad outcome. I mean, insurance are great, but always change the stock heads to AMC heads. And Type 4 expensive, used in Porsche 914, so we have to pay Porsche prices. Yeah, and that's not fun at all, Brian. I agree. Just got him from the bug out in Virginia, scored original German VW bug roof rack. Oh, wow, Dell. Yeah, that was a good score. That was definitely a good score. I've never been to the one in Virginia. Yesterday, Bob Cook does Pete's car. Picked up a 70 auto stick last week, Sling Buzz said, and that is cool. I think the auto sticks are cool. I really do. My first car was an auto stick. Well, my first Beetle, but wait, my mouse just went crazy. There we go. I like the auto sticks. I did switch it out to a 4-speed when I went to a bigger motor like a year after. I was 16 years old. But the auto stick was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Bob Cook owns Coker's Performance, Misty quoting other fiberglass bugs. And I just sent you 2 videos of the Humbug. Yeah, I'll check them later, Russ, when I get off of here. I've never tried an auto stick. They're pretty good, Ben. I think they're unique. My buddy has a 68 auto stick. That was the first year for them. And it's funny because, well, not funny like, haha, more funny like, what? They had either the swing axle or the IRS available in 68. And the auto stick had the IRS. And then if you had the 4-speed, it had the swing axle, which I have on my 68. So I was going to switch over to an IRS, but I didn't feel like pulling the body, playing around, and welding brackets, But yeah, they are underrated. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I honestly, I like the auto sticks. I thought they were nice. That fastback that I looked at about a year ago, and there was a automatic in that, full automatic, which caught me off guard, you know, because I don't know enough about the fastbacks. If it wasn't so rotted underneath, it would have been here. Oh, I wanted that car bad, but it was too far gone underneath. But even the frame head, it was just bad. But I seen that automatic, and I heard the full automatics in the fastbacks and that were really robust. They were good transmissions. But I think if I could figure out how to shenagle one into a Beetle, it would be fun. I just never tried it yet because I'm so used to 4-speed performance, you know. A long time ago, we had a good-looking long customer with Bradley GT. All work stopped because she was tall. It took a long time to be in and out of it. That's pretty good, Rick. Yeah, and it isn't easy to get out of them, I'm sure. You know, that is correct. Auto stick was only IRS chassis. Yeah, exactly. And I got my bowling balls prepped for tomorrow, and I'll be paying the old Kent Bowl visit tomorrow. That alley has been a staple of my childhood. Wish I could take Lucy if she wasn't broken. Yeah, there's a bowling alley family friend owns not far from me, but I haven't bowled in years. I was never really good at it though. You know, I just something that I mean I enjoyed doing it, but I wasn't that good at it though. You know, about Subi swaps. Think about doing the bus over. Yeah, it's funny, Ben. I brought up a Subi swap to somebody recently and said it'd be fun to do one in that blue one that Heather bought, that blue Beetle. And I guess I shouldn't do it because the community channel may not like it and go, "What are you doing?" So I'm gonna back away from it. But I think a Subi swap would have been fun in it. I really do. Hi, Mario. Thank you for being here from Portugal. You're a long way out there, but it's internet, so you're really not, I guess. Manuals are great. Seen on Patrol Live. Guy tried to carjack someone that had a Civic manual. He was screwed. He didn't know how to drive it. Yeah, you know what, Paul? They say now if you don't want your car stolen, just buy a stick, you know, because most people don't know how to drive them. My son does. He knows how to drive a stick. I mean, he taught himself though. I never taught him. He just kind of did it on his own, you know. Educate me. Is the ride noticeable difference between a swing axle and IRS auto? I hope to educate you with it when the 68's done towards end of summer. I have never owned a swing axle. I have always had IRS no matter what it took. I heard the swing axles are a little wonky in the bends, and I like hooking turns hard. That's just what I do. So I don't know if I'll be doing it very hard with the swing axle. I am going to put a camber compensator on it, is what I'll do. And hopefully it helps. I got a new Z-bar kit. I was going to Z-bar it and then shim it tight so that it don't give. But I'll do one or the other and see how it feels. But there's a difference in the ride on bends. I've been told that by quite a few people. Did a fun 8 square back fastback in Idaho. They wanted 800 a piece. He'd still got them all. 800? Why does that have to be so far? I'd have taken the fastback or the square back, either one. I mean, nothing around me is cheap like that. It's always in a different area. For 800, I'd grab one if it was like, you know, not completely smoked, you know, underneath. I think it's a cool swap if VW came with Wasp Boxer, but it's air cooled. Embrace it. Yeah, I mean, I think a Subaru swap would be fun, but it just I better not do it on my channel, you know, and it will add up. Yeah, how much they really cost to do. Yeah, Misty, you're right. I mean, it can add up real fast doing that stuff. When I was got Lucy, I had no idea how to drive a stick. My dad showed me the basics: first, second, reverse, rest, and self-taught gearbox. Yeah, you know what, Dylan? Sometimes the way to go is to get an idea of it and teach yourself. Then you know it. Like I said, my son I think it was more for work. You know, he just started learning to drive a stick on his own, and now he's pulling a big trailer and everything at work. You know. Break in, gas out, set up, ready to do the whole well. Need too much for the tire tuck in. Yeah, that's the thing is the tire tuck in because I take Ben's a little aggressive in the IRS. I guess I won't be with the swing axle. I'll have to drive like an old man around bends, from what I understand. So I'm not going to be happy about that part. But it is what it is, you know. The bus never had an engine. But it's for options. I just wished for $800 I would have grabbed the fastback or squareback for Heather. A lot of them are automatics, not a lot, but an abundance of them. But I don't want to have to pay like $1,000 shipping, you know. Or man, that would have been great. I mean, oh, Dave, man, you keep getting younger and younger, honey. Secrets. I wished I was looking younger, Dave. Thank you. I'm tired today. I mean, I think it's the humidity lately, but thank you. That was very nice of you. It's been humid here lately. There's no doubt about that. I got to get back in the garage tomorrow. I got to rebuild a carburetor for somebody, so I'm going to film it. Figure I might as well. It's an extra film, just a Solex 34, but I'll do an in-depth rebuilt video on it tomorrow and Tuesday, and that'll be the next video with a couple others. My 61, I take turns at 60. I'll find out, Misty. I never had a swing axle yet. I had a million Beetles now, always IRS, but I hear a lot of people saying the swing axle, you can feel the roll coming on, you know. But I learned how to drive a 3 on a tree, 65 Ford Galaxy. That's funny, Paul. I also learned on a 3 on a tree. Not quite as a cool car. It was a 73 Cutlass, my dad's. And that's how I had to learn. And he yelled the whole time. Different generation. But even when he yelled, I just ignored it and just kept learning, you know. Clean living, hard work, all the things I avoid regularly. Let me see. My last Kia was a swing. I'll find out how I like IRS soon. Oh, you'll notice a difference, Heidi. And how you doing, honey? I didn't know you stopped in yet. You'll like the IRS. You'll notice a difference. I think so. I mean, I have not driven a swing, but I've heard many people say, yeah, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the bends, like kind of giving. But I used to hook bends like a complete nut in my Beetles, but they were always IRS. And I never even had a rear sway bar. But then again, I do stupid stuff. But my 53, I have a big front sway bar, and on the rear is an original MP camber compensator, handles like a slot car. Oh, that made me feel good, Rick. So you really, the camber compensator, you noticed, like, you're really happy it made a big difference. That makes me feel good. I didn't buy the sway bar yet for the 68. I got to buy one. I forget what size that is now. I can't remember. But that, Rick, that made me happy because everybody's talking about it giving on bends, and I like hooking bends. I would be good for Mulholland Drive. I like that kind of drive. And my Rusty 66 has swing, and I love the way it squats and grabs. And you know what, Ben? Maybe people are over dramatizing, you know, how they handle, you know, is what it is. I sent you the post with all the picks. There were 3 fastback, 5 square backs, all decent, 800 each. Said he would make a deal for all of them. Yeah, I definitely can't buy all of them, but I'd be interested in one if I could get it here. $800. Yeah, I would definitely buy one. I'm in for one. Preferably, I don't know, because Heather likes the square backs because she can utilize it for running around and picking stuff up. But the fastbacks are kind of cool also. I'll have to hook up with you online late tonight. I'm interested. It just depends on the shipping. You know what I mean? I don't know how I do the title that way. Everybody, since Lucy won't stay running, my friend says she has a full delivery problem. Change the carb, still result fuel pump is good. Filter, not plug gas. Clean, what could be my problem? Did you post it on the group, Dylan? Because I don't know if I seen you post anything on that. It says I have a fuel delivery problem. Change the carb, still the same result. Fuel pump is good. You got to have blockage somewhere. You have to. You full delivery problem. You have a blockage somewhere. in all honesty. There's no doubt in my mind about that, unless the shutoff valve in the carburetor is staying shut. Larry Port, can you show how to set the throttle plate and not cover the progression hole? Feel like tuck hit the gas like a trailer pulls it straight. I don't plug the progression hole when I do them, Misty. I never have. I've never had an issue with them. Anytime I build a 34, everybody is really happy with it. I was going to get set up because I have access to like 200 old Solex carburetors. I was going to try to start. I don't know who would all be interested because you're looking to $250. I was going to start doing Solex carburetors and plating them, putting all new throttle shaft bushings in and everything. But it adds up. After I added up the bushing kits, the good one, and then the good carb kits and blah, 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 and the chemical and blasting them, it adds up. But I think Volksbits does that. I was going to start doing them, but I didn't know how much interest there would be in that. Just noticed the goalie is gone. Must be the reason for the youthful look. Oh, yes, I really don't see a big difference in it and my 7A. Wait a minute, let me see something here. There we go. Okay, yeah, you know what, Rick? I'm glad that you said something because that's been on my mind a little. I mean, I have the Z bar, and I went and got a good one at the junkyard, and because the damn stems broke off of them when I tried to remove the nuts. But I was going to shim the Z bar up, but then I started looking at the camber compensator and thought it's probably best just to run one of them. So I'm glad you said something, Rick. That made my whole night. I got to figure out which sway bar I need for the front. Like I said, I mean, I won't do it with Heather in the car, but I do like hook and bends hard. I don't know why. It's just something I did since I was young. Not a smart thing. I'm starting a lot of people set the 34 up and uncovering the progression hole, then wondering why I won't run right. We don't even bother with old carbs. Can't fix casting. A lot of issues with casting. I don't know. Volksbits does a heck of a job with the old Solexes. They run amazing when he's done. But I don't cover the progression hole. I never had an issue not covering it, you know. The VW thing that I had rebuilt the motor for, that's the one that wants a carburetor rebuilt, the original one he has. So I told him to drop it off and I'll do a film on it. I might, but I'll update when I get the starter and I'll send you a vid and I'll see what you say the shutoff works. Okay, yeah, let me know, Dylan, or post it on the, if you want quicker response, post it on the group because I can't check my messages as quickly. I get like, I don't know, 30 to 50 private messages a day. So it's getting a little hard to keep up on those. So I tell people to post on the group to get quicker help. 65 Beetle trans leaking, detent springs missing. Do I really need them? Some people just plug holes. Where's Brian at? Brian is in here. He is the transmission expert. I think he's still here. He's looking right now. Yeah, 65 Beetle trans leaking, detent springs missing. Yeah, I'm going to see what Brian says there. I mean, I can whip them trannies in and out fast, change final drive seals, stuff like that. But I have not, especially with the swing axle. This is my first one. I don't even know how many Beetles I've ever owned, but they were always RS, but there was a bunch. Both cars have really tight suspension, so you can roll over a dime and tell if it's heads or tails. I've been using the cheap Chinese 34.3. I've had zero problems. Yeah, you know what? And a lot of people like the 34.3 Chinese ones. Somebody just bought one. Can't remember who I was talking to. Somebody bought one. It could have been you. Somebody just bought one, slammed it on, and said they started it up, and it literally ran perfect. And I believe that, you know. Hey, Jim, how you doing, buddy? I hope you've been doing well. Got a runtime ahead of me, removing broken rear body bolts on both sides. Ugh. I don't like doing that. All them body bolts seem to start breaking off. Brian just said I can get a plug for him. Brian's going to be my future transmission guy. And I'm lucky enough that he don't live that far. I don't even know if my transmission's any good, in all honesty. I have no idea. I'm going to clean it up, put new gaskets on it, new boots. And I think the gaskets on them are, you have to use micrometer. I believe there's two different sizes, and I'm not a swing axle expert, so I'm not sure, but I'll do it on film, but I definitely got to get new gaskets and everything, wire wheel, clean it up, blah, blah, blah. But I won't know if the tranny's good until I start driving it. It kind of stinks. I wish there was a way to test them, but there's not. And if it's not, then Brian and Gino are going to get stuck with it, and then they can rebuild it for me. I'm hoping Brian opens his own shop for that, because there's a lot of need for that, in all honesty. I couldn't imagine the learning curve with the transmissions. I don't know how many specialty tools you need, for the Beetle transmissions, but I'll be 60 years old in a few months, so I don't feel like learning something like that, because there's a lot of good transmission guys out there. But I'm thankful that Brian don't live far, and once he gets full fledged into it, then that'll be my guy, and I'll even advertise for him. So, but yeah, this is my first swing axle, so I got to get on the 68 harder. I've been trying to get some other stuff done out in the yard and around the house, and I can't say I got behind because I don't miss a step on videos every week, but at the same time, it's hard to get in the garage and get stuff done lately, because it's body work time, and body work time always, ugh, I just get sick. I hate body work, but the YouTube collaboration with him all about trans. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when Brian's got time and he feels, that he wants to have me maybe film him when he gets full fledged. I don't know the stage that Brian's at yet with it, but Brian's a good guy, I can tell, and I'm looking forward to doing business with him, on transmissions, and I can throw a lot of business his way. Let me see here. Transmissions. Dennis says every trans you learn something new, and there are so many new options to add. Yeah, I don't know enough about a Misty, like, new options, that are available. I don't really hammer my cars that hard. Well, a little bit, but I would want to do a tranny where it's built up a little bit, to take a little bit of abuse. Sounds like the only tool you need is a Brian. Yeah. Yeah, Gino's unpaid intern. Now, you know what though, Brian? I think that I think he's been around a long time. I don't even know how long, but he's probably really good to learn from. I mean, I think Joe Berry did a swing also rebuilt a while back, discussed the gasket shim thing. Now he goes through some guy in Michigan or something like that. But the gaskets and the shimming, there's two different sizes, and I can't remember the sizes on them for some reason. But pretty much a couple gaskets, and you have to have a slight drag on the axle, from what I understand, and then your new boots. Uh, I'm definitely going to clean it up and do it. I just hope when I do all this work that it's a good transmission. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard a couple people say that the swing axles are stronger than the RS. I don't know. I can't even verify something like that, so I'm really not sure. If they are, that's great. Mine has the long axles. I really don't know why they went to a longer axle or what the deal is. I don't know enough about swings, but uh, mine does have the longer axles, I was told. So is that going to make mine any quote unquote better, at handling or something, or stronger? I'm not sure. Brian would probably know, or one of you guys. I was close to pulling the body, and I think they sell like a jig and a couple tools, and you switch it over to an IRS. But really, the body is so solid on the 68 that it wasn't really worth going through that. Yes and no. IRS with Type 2 drag cones and bus axles is also pretty strong. Oh yeah, I'll bet, no doubt. But then the bus trannies aren't cheap. Ooh, something about 6 rib or something, like I forget, Brian. I'm not good with those, but somebody, it could have been Evan or somebody, said something the one day about a 6 rib or something like that. So, but I guess they don't really bolt right into a Beetle from what I understand, and it could be wrong, but I thought they did it. I have beat the snot out of my swings. I've never had to work on them. See, that's cool, Ben. Like I said, I'm sure that the swing axle will treat me good. Even if I have to have it rebuilt, it's fine. I'll go dump it off at Brian. But it's everybody that I talk to is like, when you get in the corners, you're going to feel it given. And I'm like, I ain't going to like it very much. But now that I'm seeing a few folks here saying, I don't know, mine actually, is fine. I guess, it just depends how they're set up. Swing axles have lower ring and pinion versus RS. 412 ring and pinion has 412 V3 has thicker teeth and earlier. I don't know my 68 swing. It's the original transmission. I thought mine is 412. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember now. Somehow I looked the numbers up and I knew. I wished mine had more of a 388 ratio than a 412, Beetle trans with bus axles. Oh, okay. I know. Well, isn't there like a 6 rib or something? Is that what the deal is with that? I remember Evan bringing it up once, something about I guess he was excited. He scored a couple bus trannies in something about 6 rib or something. So I didn't know if, that was a huge deal, but he seemed pretty excited about it. Bus can bolt in, just need to use a drop shift and a trans strap kit. Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't know about. Hey, how you doing, Rob? Welcome in. I appreciate it. Everybody hit that like button. Totally different animal. Honestly, the only thing that I've ever heard, and I don't know, I'm not a tranny guy, but the I guess 3rd and 4th gear welded, and there's a couple other things I guess you could do that, really beef them up a little bit. 68 should have a 344. I hope it does have a 344. I'd be thrilled. I got it laying on the floor up there. Maybe I can take the numbers off of it and look it up. If it has a 344 ring and pinion, I should do pretty good on the highway in 4th gear then. I mean, a Jeanberg 5-speed tranny would be nice, but I know that's not going to happen for me. But you know what, Misty? I'll check the numbers tomorrow because I'm going to be up the garage and take a look. If I have I never even know they did a 344 or something that mild. But if it does, I'll be thrilled, to be honest with you. I would love a ratio around there where instead of going, 60 mile an hour and tacking 8,000 RPM, I exaggerated that, but it would be nice to have a different ratio as the 412. But I'll clean that off tomorrow because that'll bother me now. I never heard of a 344 ring and pinion in the Beetles, but the engine and the transmission were original in the car. It's just now I can't verify. I thought it was a 412, but that was like a year and a half ago or something that I checked, so I can't really remember. But I know there's a guy out of Michigan also that was doing trans B and D or B and G or something like that. I can't remember. And he's supposed to be really good, but I have, Brian and Gino close by. So it's a no-brainer. I don't have to ship it or do anything, crazy. But you got here. Also remember, taller tire help you change your ratios. Yeah, I'm going to a 205 in the back. Of course, that's the width. But I'm going to I forget. I had it down. I forget now if it's a 60. It was at first I was going to do a 65, the same diameter as a 165/80, and then I figured I'll go to a 205, and now I can't remember the diameter, but it's going to end up a little taller. Yeah, and it will reduce the ratio down on the highway. I don't know how much I'm really going to be on the highways, though. You know what I mean? I guess when I'm going to some shows, I will. But hey, Charles, welcome in from Illinois. Illinois, that's funny. The rear window on the Beetle, the 68 I'm in right now, has Illinois University or something on the back, and the logo on it, the sticker looks old. It's just brought that to my attention. Also have us over here. Absolutely, absolutely, Misty. I'm gonna look at the number up tomorrow on that on the trans because that'll bother me now. If it's a 344, I'll be really happy. I'm just hoping it's a good tranny because the money is just going crazy. But I guess y'all know that when you're doing something like this, I don't really never. Yeah, Robert, I'm not on a freeway that much either, to be honest with you. I have Route 30 near me, which I'll probably be on a lot from just going to shows. But it's 45 mile an hour, 50, 55 tops. But you got to watch, there's a lot of cops on there, so I usually go around 45. But the other roads that I'll be going on with Heather and taking rides will be country roads and that. But I'm just hoping the tranny's good because it added up so fast, and I still need tires, battery. I don't even know, exhaust system. I need so much yet. But my son Dalton, the Christmas prior, had bought me a big load of VW parts, and he said, "Make a big list so I know what you want, and then I'll pick from it." Well, I made a big list because I thought, okay, well, he'll pick one thing from it, and that'll be cool. And he bought me all of it. I felt so bad. Him and my daughter, little Heather, are so sweet. They're really good to me, and I wish they wouldn't do that because I feel bad. Let me see. One thing I stress to people out: sounds good to lower RPM, not always great to lower a cooling way from the engine. Oh, I've said that for a while, Misty. A lot of guys get the overdrive units when possible, I guess like a Berg, 5-speed, and you want them RPMs up to make it cool properly. I agree 100% on that. And I did have a discussion about that not too long ago with somebody. He said, I would like the luxury of going 65 mile an hour at 1800 RPM. And I'm like, no, not on a Beetle, not that I'm an expert, but you want that fan blowing hard. You don't want it not blowing hard and you're cruising along, I hope you can get the 70 ready to take a trip down Route 66. That would be cool, Sling. And it's funny because I watch a lot of them shows on YouTube. I'll punch in just Route 66. And I think some guy and his father took a road trip on Route 66, not in a Beetle, but it was interesting to watch everywhere they stopped. That's a bucket list thing I'll probably never get to do, but I think that really is cool. Nowadays, you get on a freeway and the bug, you'll get pulled over for impeding traffic. Yeah, Paul, that's today's cars compared to when I was young. I wasn't driving in the 70s, but back then a lot of the don't lug a bug, right, Heidi? That's the way of putting it. A lot of the cars now are a lot more aggressive than, and I'm not saying we didn't have fast cars, 68 Chevelle Super Sport with a big block. But a lot of the cars now, I swear all of them have 300 horsepower now, and they're lighter. Well, because, metal's thin, but even Heather's truck I bought her, medium-sized truck, it's 308 horsepower. And that thing will get up and take off. So when we have our Beetles now, we're trying to keep up in modern day traffic and society. People going like this while they're driving. I'm so sickened by that. I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. When we go out to go shop, and I got less and less now, I'll be going down Route 30 near me. Every car, I swear, it's coming over into my lane, then back over. When I get next to them, I'll run the truck up against their door because I get irritated. I probably shouldn't do that. But I'll look over and they're driving like this. trying to keep an eye on the road. What the hell is that important that you can't wait, or pull over? And I see it a lot. I had to complain about that. I got my Super 270 once. Now when it's in fourth, I just rev and lose the speed, just revs up. In fourth, nothing happens. I don't know the fastest I ever been in a Beetle. My 68 when I was young, that thing cruised pretty good. I buried the speedometer, so I don't know how fast I was going after that. And I was young and stupid. It's now I've slowed down a little bit, especially with Heather in the vehicle. I try to be careful, and I try not to get angry when I'm out driving, but people do stupid stuff now. Yep, I had one guy who's going and spending a ton of money to make it happen. I'm like, oh, just go back. I love a 388. It's stronger, gives the right top end. 388's a nice ratio. That's why when you said 344, or without me scrolling back, I kind of hope I have it, and I hope I don't. But I mean, I would like that because it would drop the RPMs a lot. But I never even knew they did a 344. To be honest with you, I had no idea. 333 supercharges, V6 of my new Q7. Yeah, all these cars now. I mean, I can't believe the power. And I think the gear ratios they're using help too. And then they have like a 32 speed automatic. Like, I think Heather's truck's 8 speed, I'm pretty sure. So I'll be cruising at 65 in it at like 1400 RPM. It's like, wow. And it gets pretty decent mileage though, even around town. People playing on their dang phones while driving the Q7 while driving. It's just people weren't driving and need reminders. Well, that's the problem. I mean, this is getting out of control with the phone thing, and Heather will be in a passenger seat sometimes, and I guess she is glancing over while I'm driving because I'm like, what's this ass doing? He's coming into my lane, and then she'll look over when I'm passing it. Oh, they're on their phone. This has got to stop. I imagine there's a lot more accidents now. And the reason I'm saying that is I'm on Route 30 a lot near my house. And a lot of times, and I'm not over exaggerating this, I'll see the state cops and I see an accident. When I go by, it's slam right into the back of somebody. So I guess one stops for the red light and the other's going like that. And oops, I didn't know somebody stopped. It's happening a lot now. Subi swap bug. Thinking about finding another bug and doing that too. I think the Subi swap would be fun. I mean, I don't know the horsepower on some of them, like 140 or something. And I'm not talking about WRX, but I think that I think about 140 horse. I can't remember, and then the torque would be different. So I mean, I think that would be smooth in a Beetle. I only go 1,320 feet. How'd you get that little red light sign up there? I didn't even know that was available on this. I have dash cams in all my vehicles. You know what, Paul? I got to put one back in. I had one in Heather's last vehicle, and then I took it out, but I didn't put it in the truck yet, and I should do that. I have, I forget what it's called. I forget the dash cam I have, but I actually was going to use it one time when I was going to the salvage yard when it was in our last car. And there's an SD card, and I thought, well, instead of me filming inside the truck, I'll just use it from the dash cam because it also faces you. And I was talking on the way to the salvage yard, and then when I got home and pulled the SD card, there was nothing there. It was like I was still watching the video from the day before. I'm like, what the hell? I need a good dash cam for Heather's truck. I really, really do. Come on, I was hit on my street bike by a woman who ran a light while texting. I'm sorry about that. That's awful. That is absolutely awful. I hope she got in a lot of trouble. This is happening too much now. I mean, I like a good stereo and music. I run a USB stick in Heather's truck, and I just let music rip. I don't play around with the radio. And I know back in the day we were playing with cassettes and fumbling around, but I think we're a little more cautious that now. Even a lot of the apps that are on the high-end cars, on the screen, it's like, do we really need all of that? Come on, Don't ask me how I'm watching this. Well, I want to know how you're watching it. I live on a country road. I'm deal with them coming into my lane. Almost took the old Q7 in the cornfield because of it. See, Misty, I didn't picture that in the country, to be honest with you. I thought the opposite. I thought, because I would love to move to the country, but I don't want to be far from my kids. But I thought in the country, less technology and people are like old school. So that shocks me a little bit. But then again, I'm dumb to it, you know. That's a quarter mile in feet. I mean, honestly, I just think there's way too much of this going on now. I think the phone's a good necessity. Yeah, the necessity is a good word for that. If you break down or, something's wrong, it's nice to have that phone. I like having it in the vehicle, but I will not touch that phone while I'm driving. I can't believe, and it's starting to get really populated where I'm at, really populated. Like over just the last 2, 3 years, they're building up so much that even for us to run to the local store for some food, the traffic is horrible. But I will also say, not exaggerating, I would have to say probably 2 out of 5 cars that I see, they got their phone up to their face while they're driving. And even once in a while in the evening, Heather and I will sit out in the front porch. Usually we sit in the backyard around the pond, and you can see people's face lit up while they're going down the road past the porch. I'm like, wow, that takes guts. Let me see here. 10 miles across the back roads, a lot of new people coming in. People forget they're not the only one on the road. Wow, Misty, I'm shocked. I mean, I really am. And I know you live country. I did check your area on that realtor app, but some of them houses are pretty pricey out that way. And then again, a lot of people that are selling cheap, that fixer-uppers probably aren't online. The country kids are more technology ahead of us than you think. Oh, I believe it, Rick. I know. In my mind, I guess, I think, oh, when you go to the country, it's like a Cicade painting, and everybody's laid back and no technology, and I don't know why I think stuff like that. I watch a lot of them off-grid people or whatever they're called on YouTube, and not for the off-grid thing, basically just to live country. And I get a kick out of watching them folks. Unless they're putting on an act, they're all down to earth and they live country, but then again are on YouTube. So yeah, kind of an asinine thing, I guess. But agreed. I refuse to text or anything driving. I agree. I mean, look what happened to you. It's getting worse and worse. And they say, well, it's illegal. If they get caught, they're still scanning, looking for cops while they're driving and doing that. That's why I think a lot of them get away with it. About to load a tank of fuel at the refinery. Oh, did you just get on the road? I see. I see your pictures once in a while on Facebook, brother. The big tanker truck and that. That's pretty cool. That to me, that'd be a little nerve wracking with all that fuel. But I think you're used to it, and you're young, so it's like you're still invincible. Yeah, I'm gonna be 60. I'm not as invincible anymore. I don't think I am. I don't know. Accident involving phone seems to have surpassed drunk driving. Oh, auto. I agree 100%, buddy. Yeah, I'll guarantee it is way past the DUI stuff now. I guarantee it. It's very out of control. I got sideswiped because the drunk next to me was on his phone. The dash cam proved him to be a liar from what he told the police. My insurance company got a copy of the video. He was at fault. Good. I'm glad. And that's the thing. I do got to get that camera in our truck. I just been playing around because I got to remove the A pillar, and I know there's an airbag and all that. But I was hoping to get Heather a better one, find a better brand. Hers did work good for a while, but then, like I said, it was missing footage off and on, and I didn't like that very much. You like people still wave at oncoming traffic. Really, Ray? I mean, it's around me when I hung out here in the early '80s. It was very low key. After 10 at night, you hardly seen a car on the road. But they've bought all the farm property up because these farmers got old. Their kids didn't want to take over, and or they died, and the kids took over and these developers come along and say, I'll give you $1 million, for your 50 acres or 100 acres, which I get it. I'd probably snatch the money too and run to the country. But it's sad because they're building up so much by us that Heather loves her home, her yard. We're kind of in part of a neighborhood where we're sit back in a little bit. It's a little more low key. But as soon as you go, a mile down the road, it's like, bam, it gets really, really hectic, sadly. But it's just the population boom. And there's a lot of houses for sale by me, but everybody wants a brand new home built. They don't want one from the 50s or 60s. It is what it is. Off-grid living. Want to build my own water wheel. Only thing I have left except the internet. Yeah, Misty, I was wondering about your internet out there. I was watching a guy talk on YouTube, and he was saying, the good and the bad about moving country. And he was saying about well water, which I already know about well water, but he had said something about just have money put aside if your well goes down. Well, you have no water, or your leach bed. But then he said the internet was like something crazy, like 190 a month. And I was like, wow, I have high speed internet and I don't pay the bills. Heather does. I think it's like 60 or 70 a month. I can't remember. But yeah, that was like, wow, I couldn't believe how much some of it. I thought it'd be cheaper to live country. But according to this guy, it was more expensive, which seemed kind of weird to me, Let me see here. Rick, message retracted. People in New Orleans wave at cars, but it's so hot they only use one finger. That's funny. That's good, Rat. 1.6 1.6 million accidents because of phones. 35, 20, people died in alcohol-related crash in 22. Wow. Well, that definitely is shocking. Not shocking, but shocking. I want to get satellite internet. Who has that, Misty? Is that the Elon Musk thing? The Starlink? Because I don't know what that costs. I imagine the stability is probably decent, Yes, that too. A lot of people in general here, especially at night on the roads, I can drive 3 or 4 hours sometimes and never see anyone. Wow. That's Fire State. Wow, I need to move there. Holy crap. That's 3, 4 hours and never see anyone. I can't go by for 3 seconds and somebody's flying up my street. It's like crazy. My internet, cable TV, Dennis Watch TV, it's like 160 a month. Video internet is 50. Yeah, that's not bad. I did away with cable like, I don't even know now, 5, 6 years ago. Nobody was watching it. And my kids, a couple of them were still living at home, and I wouldn't have mind paying for it, but nobody was really watching the cable. And I made an announcement, I think, from what I can recall, and said, hey, I'm going to get the home phone and cable turned off if y'all aren't watching it, because I wasn't. Nobody batted an eye, so off it went. And the only thing I have now is internet. And then I use maps, I forget Tubi and all that. I don't watch a lot of TV, to be honest with you. I usually use YouTube for television. Starlink, yeah. I don't know how much Starlink is or the stability of it, but I think depending on it's satellites, I guess it's available anywhere. I think that would be good for country. The well won't run without power. Yeah, you're right, Heidi. I mean, the I don't know, can a well dry up like that? When we were talking about moving the country, I got a little panicky and was like, what if we get one and it has a bad well that dried up? But I don't know enough about it either. Slade, your young thing. I won't buy a new car because the kids will take my keys away before I can pay it off. I wished I was young, Rick. I can feel age catching up with me off and on. I think that's why I wanted to run to the country to feel that youth again, because I think there's a lot more stresses and stuff in the suburbs and cities. We're suburb, but If it wasn't for my kids, I would probably move country, but I don't want to leave them. It'll drive me crazy because I'm used to them stopping by, and that's hard, you know. Well, they're not kids, they're young adults, you know. But if I had to go without seeing my kids, I would lose my mind. I recently got a Beetle. How do you tighten the nuts for a single port manifold? I could tighten them with a small swivel socket. Yeah, as I know, Bliss. Hey, Bob, how you doing, Mr. Putty? Uh, I've always just kind of did it by feel. I never really, I use swivel socket or a wrench, whatever I can get in there. And I know there is, hi, Neil. I know there is a torque for them, but try to get a torque wrench on it, because even when you use a swivel or an extension, it changes the torque value, you know. So I don't have any expertise on it, because some things, even when I'm filming, I will say, okay, this is what I do. And you know, my son Dalton, God, I love him to death. He makes me smile. But and so does my daughter, baby Heather. But I forget, one day we were sitting with my wife, and there was something about learning in the garage. I can't remember. I don't want to lie to you. I can't remember, but it came up about me working in the garage and Dalton being in there. And I'm like, okay, whatever you do, don't do it this way. And then I would do it. And then don't do what I do here. And then I don't know how it come up, but I thought he said to the point of, how am I supposed to learn when you tell me not to do everything the way you're doing it? Because I'll take shortcuts, but on film, I can't do that. I got to really watch, you know, because I don't want to mislead people. But oh no, I would do away with the TV. But Dennis likes it; it's his thing. So I pay 170 a year for propane, 200 a month for electric, average 160 for internet and cable. Artesian weld runs without power. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. 170 years for propane. Is that 170 a year for propane? Is that your cooking, honey? Is that what you mean for propane? Because I don't know if you heat your house like that. 200 a month for electric average. My electric is like 130, I think. And I do run whole house air or central air, whatever it's called, you know. Our bills aren't horrible. I just wanted a country feel. I think because I'm just tired, you know, of the chaos and neighbors and noise, you know, stuff like that. And Neil said hello to everyone. So everybody say hello to Neil and Matthew Rivera. And I use the wobble extensions if they go in without a lot of trouble. Yeah, Paul, exactly. I usually sneak a 1/4 inch ratchet on the intakes with a swivel, because, you know, it's more of a narrow, kind of like a pencil getting it in there. You know what I mean? Instead of a 3/8 drive. I use my 1/4 inch ratchets a lot. I tell my grandsons, do as I say, not as I do. See, Dawn, it's not just me. And I did that a lot around Dalton, and I feel bad now when I think back on it, because I was always like, whatever you do, don't do this. And then I would do it. And I know he had to be thinking, I love you, Dad, but you're a moron. You know? I live in a tiny town of 800 people, southern Utah. The county next to where I live is Wayne County. Its nickname is Wave County because everyone waves to each other. It's 2 hours to get to Walmart. I need there. I need there. I watched a YouTuber. I don't mean to keep using the word YouTuber. That is my television. That's what I watch. But like I said, I did away with cable. I have no use for it. And one guy was saying, I forget where he was, but he was saying about, one thing is it takes you an hour to get to the store and blah, blah, blah. He was talking about moving from the suburbs to the country. And Heather's like, good. Like, she don't like going to the store. She'd rather be dealing with chickens and being out in the garden. She is the meaning of nature. I can't put up pictures on here of our yard, but our yard looks like, I don't know. It's beautiful. She has done an amazing job at streams and ponds and blue heron trying to eat her fish, but it's just amazing. But if I was to tell Heather, pack up tomorrow. The kids are going too. We're going to the country. She'd be gone. I mean, 2 hours to get to a Walmart. Yeah, that's a little bit of a lot there. I guess I could do with an hour. But the wave, nobody waves here when you're riding through. There's no doubt about that. I'm near Pittsburgh, about a half hour from it. Yeah, propane for cooking, and we heat primarily with wood, but keep the electric heat on as a backup. Misty, and that's exactly what I said when I was going to move, when I was being all gutsy at one point, and I'd said to Heather, we'll use wood, and then will you just use the electric heat as a backup in the middle of the night or something? That's exactly what I said. Did you ever get an oil breather kit? Yes, Robert, I did. And wait a minute. There we go. This chat jumped on me. I bought an empty one off of Misty, and I was actually going to do a video on that, explaining what to do, but my motor's not in yet. So I didn't know if everybody'd have a heart attack and go, your motor's not in. Why are you doing a video on that? But see, here's the thing. It's a lot easier sometimes for me to film when things aren't in the way. Oh, I hear Lily. There she is. And hi, honey. I should do it. I was going to show how to put the fittings in the valve covers and blah, blah, blah. But I did get an oil breather kit. I was going to do a nice video on it explaining why you need it. Here's what it looks like. Here's where you're mounted. So maybe I should, even though my motor's not in. 700 people in Idaho town. Everyone waves here too. See, that's really cool. That reminds me of like a 70s feel, you know. I told mine just because I done it don't mean you can. Well, it's like my son took his where you at, Lily? What are you doing? You want to say hi? You want to say hi up here? Got it. Oh, why are you all wet? Must be raining out. I actually, okay, honey. It must be raining out. She's soaked. Heather had her out in the back
got
here.
Stuck out there.
Oh, is that what happened?
It was bad.
Okay. I thought the dog come in all wet. But he took his 78 Oldsmobile, looked like a Nova, and he dumped the small block in it, beefed it up, and that all on his own. And now I'm like, oh man, don't drive like I did. Now I'm nervous. I live on a sailboat. Wow, 280 watt solar panels charged with a battery generator, and electricity bills, air conditioning at $30 a month at 24 of its minimum connect fee. Wow, that is really cool. And Rhett, that is your full time. That is full time. You live on one. That is so cool. My buddy lived on a houseboat, not some big yacht. I don't know when. It was like 20 years ago. He lived on one for 3 years, and he said that was the best time he ever had. Any number so far on who's coming in August? You know what, Bob? I actually got a little nervous about it. The reason being is I rented, and I didn't mind spending the money. I bought I didn't buy it. I leased or rented, whatever you want to call it, a pavilion. And it said it holds 100 people, technically speaking, for the parking lot. I'm like, okay, cool. Did it online, and I sent you the thing for it, the virtual brochure or whatever. Well, then I went over and looked at it, and yeah, the parking lot will, but at the same time, the next pavilion next to it, you have to share the parking lot with them. So, and I can't even rent another place at this time because everything is all reserved. Next year, for the following one, the second annual, if people do show up, I know exactly where I'm renting a place at. It's about 20 minutes from me, and it's big, and it's beautiful. It's perfect, but you have to reserve it almost a year in advance. So as weird as this sounds, I'm going to reserve the one for the following year, like in about a week or two. This one, I'm upset, Bob. I'm nervous about it because it's, for what I'm guessing, there's between 100 120 people coming, I guess. I don't know. I told everybody, please let me know by June 15th, but nobody else has really said much yet. Some people I sent some the virtual brochures, I never heard anything, and then 2 people went, hey, can you tell me when it is? And I'm like, that's weird. I sent you the one. I sent them out to a bunch of people, even my close friends, and some of them seem lost, like they didn't get anything. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's going to be quite a few, more than I thought, Bob, to tell you the truth. There's people coming from all over the place. I'm actually shocked. My name is Dylan. I'm a container mechanic. I bowl. I have Asperger's, and I live with my parents. Yeah, I know I'm weak, and I hope to find the one, make a statement in the hard bowling tournament of life. That's good, Dylan. I like I said, I haven't bowled in a long time, and to tell you the truth, I was never good at it, but I always enjoyed it. I really did. Don't call yourself weak. You're not weak. Fine property surrounded by rocky terrain with varying elevation, least likely place to suffer from the modern low quality, high volume developers. Yeah, Michael, I started looking and realized what I can get out of my house. I could definitely buy something in the country. I noticed a lot of mobile homes in the country, wooded, which I have nothing against. A lot of them didn't have garages though, so it was kind of like, ugh. But I can always have a garage built. My Mennonites or Amish, there's a lot of them there, and they're really good at what they do. I mean, I would love to be here. I like where we are, 30 minutes from everything, but enough away I don't have people. Yeah, exactly, Misty. I did check your area, but I think I was only seeing them high-end homes. You know what I mean? And Oliver, what's up, buddy? Front of his friends that he knows a real deal. I know Oliver, and I'm going to see Oliver in August. That is cool. I hope you're doing good, buddy. I really do. I use your picture a lot in the videos when I bring you and your dad up, which I really appreciate it. It's cool. It's a good photo, too. Jeff Zell says, hi, guys. First time I've caught a live chat. I have a fresh 1776. I'm wondering how to connect the thicker header pipe to the heater boxes and the doghouse. Any help here would be appreciated. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean that it's my chat box jumps sometimes? There we go. I have restaurants. I want to connect the thicker header pipe to the heater boxes. Do you mean it's a different size than the heater boxes? Is that what you're saying? I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. Because I think that, like, if you have a 1.5, you have to have a 1.5 hookup. You know what I mean? We love and miss you, Heather. Yeah, she's not here tonight. Actually, she came in and got Lily out here because Lily's all wet. 20 plus years on board. Cheap lifestyle, limited space for stuff, no grass to cut, and always waterfront view. Man, that sounds so interesting. I know my buddy said he lived on a house, but many years ago, he said that was the best 3 years of his life. And then I don't know what happened that he didn't any longer. But wow, 20 plus years. That is amazing. And I guess that would be a cheaper lifestyle, in all honesty. Excuse me. Let me see. Don't stress my friend at wall work. I stress myself out for Drag Fest, and people start rolling in. Yeah, I mean, I want it to be nice. I'm just aggravated because we can figure out parking when we get there. Is there additional parking nearby? Well, Bob, it's a park, where the pavilions, and I looked and it said the pavilion next to us. Mine's called Slades VW Club something. They label it, the township, what you're doing there. Oh, my back hurts. And the one next to me is the something something family reunion. So the family reunion is going to have to share a parking lot with us. So I don't know if we'll have to bully them or what, but I'm just kidding. I mean, there is a lot of parking. It's just when we reserved it, I was online looking at the graph, so to speak, like a down view, and there was one left. And I'm like, ugh. And I grabbed it, and then I backtracked and I checked Keystone, and I'll explain that when I see you. It's real beautiful. There's camping there, all kind of stuff. And the camping will be available, but I wanted one at Keystone because each pavilion just has its own big parking lot, just like the place I'm kind of going, but they were booked solid. So I was like, oh crap. But there is kind of additional parking along the roadway wrapped up and around. It'll make sense when you see it, But I know a lot of people are bringing their Volkswagens, so I wanted like a dedicated parking lot for them to line up. And Lily, no, but it's, it is what it is. It'll be okay. I'm overthinking it. I just want everybody to be really happy. It's the first one, so I'm kind of like, I wanted the best that there could be. And hey, dog, how you doing, Keith? Got the neighbor coming over. Party time. I hope you're doing well, my friend, and feeling good. Yeah, we'll see, Bob. I mean, I'm gonna supply the drinks, no alcohol, just whatever, iced tea, Pepsi, I don't know, and snacks. And I told everybody pack your own lunch or dinner, whatever you call it, because I can't afford to feed all them people. I was gonna get some food trucks, but they're real picky. It's like, well, if so many people don't show up, you're giving us money, and I'm like, what? At the meet, are you giving away free VW accessories and door prizes? No, I was going to do a little bit of a dance for everybody, but I don't, the reason I wasn't bringing a lot of stuff to give out, because I thought there was going to be like maybe 30, 40 people. And it seemed like there are a lot more now. So I wouldn't even be able, I'm going to bring stickers and stuff with me, though, stuff like that. But I wouldn't know how to. And I did think about this, no joke, about giving some prizes out to a few folks, but I am asking people, please wear your shirts, either one you have, this one or the one with this on it. But because I want to take a really big group photo, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to do a little filming there, but I don't want to consume my day with filming. So I am going to do a little bit of filming there, and to meet everybody and say hello if you not gun shy. Well, shouldn't have said that. As long as you're not camera shy, I want everybody to be able to say hello into the camera and stuff like that. But I won't aggravate people with it, because not everybody wants to be on film with me or whatever. Means a lot, Slade. Grateful to be part of a community who understands and tolerates me. I'm strong because I've got people who support me. No, no, Dylan. People like you for who you are. Not tolerate. We're glad you're part of the community. I mean, not all of us were born behind a Volkswagen wheel. Not that I think, but And Jeff Zell says yes. And I've talked so much that I got to go back. Would be appreciated. Okay. Misty, do you have a, yep, she said, you need the right size heater boxes and header to match what help you need. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I didn't know if there was an adapter, which I doubted, you know what I mean? And Bob, yeah, it will work out, Bob. It's my first annual. Maybe by the second annual, I'll be like, oh, okay. Don't be a dumb and reserve it a year in advance. And then I can get the one I absolutely want for everybody. But it'll work out. I'm excited about it. A little nervous because I just want everything to be right. I don't want people to go, yeah, it was at Slade's first annual meeting, or picnic. But it's a nice, safe area. I do live in a nice area, but it actually it is a nice area. It really is. And there's a couple of hotels that are very reasonable, and there's camping, stuff like that near there. We will go for a walk to see the cats. Don't stress, my friend. It will work out, I promise. Yeah, it always does. I mean, don't give them crap and hoping we can make it. No, I would like to, Paul, honestly, I would like to give some stuff out. Shoot me a message, Paul, on Facebook Messenger also, by the way. Just say, hey, because I want to tell you something later. But no, I would like to give a few things away. But then I got to watch I don't upset anybody. And I'm go, well, I didn't get anything. I think the second year, and I know I'm really getting ahead of myself, I think I'll be more ready for that one, because I'll know, this is the first one that I'm kind of, I don't want to use the word in charge of, but kind of getting it assembled, so to speak. So I'm trying to figure out what to actually do. But the first year will be fun. Everybody meeting each other. I'm probably more excited about a little filming it, and I won't make it a long film, of meeting everybody and you folks getting to go, hey, I'm here, and it's on video. I'm really excited about that part. I really am, to be honest with you. And I do want to get, everybody together with their shirts on, and I want to get a big photo. I'll snap like 50 of them real quick so I get a good one. I only have my phone camera, which seems to work quite well. And then I wanted to get some cool, like, posters, made up and put them up on the store for people if they want to buy one. And it ain't a profit thing. I'll keep them really cheap just so people can have one that they were here. It's just an idea. And Oliver was born with a bowling ball in their hand and loves the VW Beetles as well. Yeah, I wished I was better at bowling because I do enjoy it. But as I got older, I don't think my back likes bowling, though. You do, like, there's a little heart thing blocking some of your message. Crap. Goodie bag. First 100 people get the goodie bags. You know what? I didn't think about that really. Yeah, like the first 50 people can, get whatever. That's actually not a bad idea. I didn't know how to. I mean, I'm going to get stickers, but a lot of the people already have the stickers. But Heather's making up. I want her to make up a new sticker for the meet, and it'll say like the first annual something, and I was going to give them away, for the people that show up. She was going to put a T-shirt in the store. She didn't start on it yet, but it would be a Slades VW first annual blah blah shirt. So I don't know. Maybe a lot of people really get a kick out of that. I don't know if a lot of these meets, they do sell T-shirts at these meets, and I don't know if that'll aggravate people, because I don't care if they wear their Slade shirt or the one with the pinup girl. The getting a T-shirt made for the first annual get together, I think that would be kind of cool. She'll probably make one up and put it in the store, and who buys it does, and who don't, it's okay, but maybe some people will like that. My VW bug is the same age as me, so I haven't conceived in a bug. You never know, Robert. Stickers are good, but magnets, people always put them on a glove box. Yeah, I have one left here, a magnet. When I bought those magnets, they kind of weren't very cheap, but they were nice quality. And when I put that up and said, hey, we got magnets available, blah, 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 limited time, because I only got like 50 of them. Jeez, those sold fast. I can't get no more right at this moment. But the magnets, wow, people really like them. And I guess you're right. They can put them on their glove box. They pull them off if they want, or their toolbox. One guy put one on his fan shrub, and I was like, geez, I didn't think the magnets would sell. So I probably should get more of those in both styles, the members logo like that, and then the girl in the car. Heather wants to do a couple different kind of stickers for people, though, with Carmen Gias and buses and things like that. Maybe after you meet, you can have shirts made with group pick for the second meeting. And Paul, that's actually a good idea. But I don't know how well, because you're talking, let's just pretend 100 people's there in the picture. I don't know how well that would show up in a shirt, the clarity of everybody's faces, stuff like that. So I'm not sure. It's a good idea, but I'm not sure how well they would show up. Heather did want to do a first annual blah, blah, blah Slades get together, shirt. And I think that would be pretty cool. And like I said, if somebody don't buy one and they just want to wear their regular shirt to the meet, it'd just be cool to have Slade gear on, no matter what gear it is, for the photo. I just think that would be cool. I'm going to see, there's a couple people I know that have pretty good high-end cameras. So I'm going to see if, continue on Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That was pretty good. I'm going to see if I can maybe bum a camera, because I'm not going to go spend $800 on a camera to take 30 photos. But surprisingly, my iPhone is what I film with and take pictures of. And it really, okay, Misty, it really does take good photos. But I did want to get like a nice Canon my buddy has. It's with the big lens, and take a couple photos with that. But I will film. It's from 11 until 6. Uh, I'm not going to film all day. I'll probably here and there just pick my phone up and do a little filming and put it down, because I want to enjoy meeting everybody and hanging out and talking and laughing, so I'll film throughout, like here and there is what I'll do. Any sticker could be a magnetic after a trip to Hobby Lobby. Brian, that's a good idea, because Heather drags me there all the time. I'll check into that. Thanks, Brian. I didn't think about that. I don't know how hard it would be to, cut everything around there, but that's a good idea. I ordered them in bulk from a company. Well, if you call 50 bulk, but it wasn't cheap, and thankfully they weren't real heavy though, in the envelopes, because I don't charge shipping. But it actually added up fast, and I'm like, wow. But everybody liked the magnets, but we're overdue for a Hobby Lobby visit, because down the street is the one we go to in West Mifflin, Meters or something. Heather goes there for stuff like plants and fish and blah 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 for her outdoor stuff, so I'll probably go there soon. So I'm gonna have to look at what you meant, because I kind of got an idea of what you were talking about there. But I'm going to go eat, because I'm really hungry and I didn't eat dinner, so you should feel bad for me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, just send me some messages if anybody has any questions about the meet. I tried to remember, I call our normals that are always logging in and getting in the chats, to send them the virtual flyers. I sent a few who I consider close friends them, and I don't think they got them or something, because somebody, I got to send one, said to me recently, hey, do you know what date yet? I'm thinking, that's weird. I sent it to him, but I'll catch up with him. He was actually in here earlier. But okay, I'm going to go get a bite to eat. I'm going to get up early tomorrow and try to get some stuff done in the garage. You be safe too. And thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out to sit here and look at my big head. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, oh, Greg, you came in and I'm leaving, brother. Next time you're in town, please visit me. Although I know you're driving a big rig, so I mean, I'm going to go whip something up though. But hey, I really appreciate all of you. I really do. Stay safe, healthy, and happy. And try to keep your smile on your face, because everything always works out in the end. Always remember that. And I'm glad you did too, Brian. I to go clock into work. Oh, but oh, thank you, Vince, for watching it. I caught that. I appreciate that. But everybody have a great night, guys and ladies. Thanks for taking out the time to actually be here. I really, really appreciate that. And I will see you all soon.